Welcome to another Wisdom Podcast, CFO Wisdom Pod, aka CFOpod.com. We have Margot Rudy with us. She is CFO and Head of Partnerships at Uku. Quite excited because I love these two positions, partnerships and CFO. We're going to discuss about that today. Podcast is brought to you by podbuyer.com. If you want to start, scale, or be invited to a podcast. Margot also had her own agency, or software development studio, Artify, so she was CEO at that. Margot, welcome to the pod. Can you tell us a bit more about yourself, your background, and Uku?
Yes. Hi, Charles. Thank you for having me. So I have a background in software development. I have worked at different companies, either as the person who has helped implement the software product there inside the company, in the team. I have been a product manager, product owner for different software companies. And yes, at Artify, I was also leading the software development, all the customer relationships, and taking care of the team and making sure all projects are working as they should be. And Uku is one of the products that Artify has created. So it was a quite natural step for me to move from Artify to Uku and now make sure that Uku is also spreading its wings and helping there.
So tell me about Uku, what it's about, who are you targeting, the pricing, and everything in between.
So Uku is an accounting management software. We are here to help accounting and finance teams. We do have a lot of smaller teams from 5 to 15 employees, but we also do support a lot of corporate customers. So Uku is now already 5 years old, so we're not too young anymore. We've been around, and we are offering quite good competition. And you can get Uku as a SaaS product, so software as a service, pay monthly, pay yearly, quite easy setup. The prices average around €30 per user per month. So nothing too extreme, and then quite easy to onboard to the software. So yeah.
It's pretty interesting that you created the software with Artify, and after you decided to merge full-time on that one. So tell us about that story.
The story of Uku really is that the two owners of Artify, their mothers are accountants. And as we were looking for a product that we want to develop, we at some point realized the daily struggles of accountants in managing their own work and tasks. So we decided to go and help and created Uku. So basically, Uku is a software that two sons are creating for their mothers and also then helping other accountants be more effective and successful also on the side.
So what is your role there? You're CFO and head of partnerships. So tell us about like the CFO part and then dive into the partnerships part.
Yes, quite an interesting match of roles, right? I guess the CFO part really came also with the Artify's background. In Uku, we are bootstrapping. We don't have any external investors. The only investor for Uku is Artify. So as CEO of Artify, I also became the investor for Uku. And then on the other side, we also decided that I should step in as the CFO for Uku, as I was critically taking charge of those finances anyway, which is quite interesting for me because the role is a bit complex, because from Artify side, I'm the investor. So I'm very critically looking at where I'm going to put my money. But then again, from Uku's perspective, I'm the CFO who needs to get the money in to actually develop the product and then make sure that I meet all the expectations that my investor has. So it's a tricky role, but I love it. I've always been into numbers. So for me, that was kind of the first thing I did when I joined Artify and Uku, was to really clear up the numbers, make sure that I got that under control, that I understand how that's all set up. So that was really kind of something that I took into my own hands.
Right.
And that's, yeah.
And then the partnerships part, like who are you trying to develop partnerships nowadays? And what strategy of yours is working in that field?
Yeah, so when we're talking about Uku's growth, we can basically talk about three stages. The first stage was when we really came out on our home market, and we took charge here, contacted a lot of customers, and built some very strong connections here on our home market, and made sure that the product has enough customers to continue development. The second stage was that we started doing account-based marketing to foreign markets. So then it was all mainly ABM. We were putting a lot of effort into LinkedIn and building relationships with potential partners, integration partners, but also with corporate customers. And now we are stepping into the third stage, which is more about marketing, content creation, backlinks creation, and increasing the lead flow. And this is now also the main partnerships that I am currently trying to manage is really meant for content marketing and backlink building, making sure that we have that we're seeing more on international markets. Of course, obviously, I also talk to integration partners and I talk to some corporate customers, but the new strategy for now is really looking into increasing the lead flow.
And backlinks, can you tell me a bit more about that? Like, is that still working with Google? So you reach out to folks and you're like, I'm going to build an article on you. You're going to build an article on me. We're going to increase the authority of the website. How does that work?
Well, just as you explained, one option is that I create an article, they create an article, we both publish them, and we make sure that the links have the do follow policy. It's as easy as that. But we definitely also have to take a look at the domain rankings of the pages or of our partners. So we don't want to put out a lot of pointless links. We want to put out a few high value links. So with Google, really, it is important also to make sure that the content that you're creating and that you're putting out has quality. And this is also what we achieve to do as entrepreneurs also. We don't want to just put out some content. We want to make sure that what we put out is actually also valuable. And nowadays, of course, there are a lot of agencies who can help you with link building, who have already built strong relationships with editors at different publishing houses. So you can partner with that kind of companies, publish your content through them. They will help you get it published in more sources.
And how many clients are there at Uku right now?
Well, we have several thousand users, so we're quite widely used, and we're in 14 different countries, and yeah, we're quite busy.
And it starts at 38 a month. When you say thousands, well, can we assume that there's at least 1,000 paying user right now?
Yeah, sure, you can assume that, yeah.
Okay.
I obviously don't want to get into exact numbers, but yeah.
But yeah, it's around like, let's call it 50K MRR, something like that. For how long have the business existed now? Like 2 to 3 years?
So the development started a bit earlier, but like active sales has been, let's say, around 3 years. Yeah.
Accountants. Where do you focus your energy? Is it like Europe mostly, or do you also go into other markets?
We do have some other markets also. When we are targeting and when we are doing account-based marketing, then we're obviously going for accountants and finance teams inside big corporations. But we also have interest from HR field. We have customers from there also. We have had also interest from building engineers, from very many different fields actually, because mainly what Uku really does is task management. You can use it for project management, for managing your daily works. So it's not really limited for accountants, but for us, it's very important that when we think about the strategy and we're choosing partners for us, then we need to stay in line with what accountants actually need. So that's our first priority.
And how do you distinguish yourself or compete against these other big task management software? That seems like a market that is very saturated.
Well, there's a lot of room on that market. Let's talk about one of our big competitors, Carbon, who's constantly including a lot of investments from investors. So there are a lot of people who believe that there is so much room to grow in this market. And obviously, we also belong in that group of people. And we do have some very clear, distinguishable features, but also other advancements or advances over others. So I think our biggest number one kind of a strong point that we have achieved is really our human touch and the personal approach that we take. We offer free onboarding. The first hour of onboarding is for free. We have excellent customer support. We have online customer support. So it's really easy to start using Kuku because we're there for our customers all the time. But we also have a beautiful product that's very intuitive and very easy to use. So if we would compare features to features, then we're very comparable with our competition. But the ease of use and the ease of implementation actually is kind of what helps us get our customers and make sure that they're happy, because we talk to them and we really do also consider our customer requests when we are building our roadmap. So it's quite often that we go back to our customers and say that, hey, you requested this feature 2 months ago. It's up now. Please go use it. We will show you how to use it. And I think this is the most impactful thing that we have done, as word of mouth marketing will never die. And recommendations is the biggest thing actually that can help you grow if you have very good recommendations. So yeah.
How does it feel to be building in a very small country filled with unicorn, Skywise, Bolt, Pipe Drive?
It's the scene here. It's so exciting. Estonia is filled with so many talented engineers. I believe that competition is great because competition is what makes you grow and makes you strive for higher levels. So as an employer, I have to be an excellent employer to make sure that I get the best talent. As a service provider, I need to make sure that I have the best product and the best customer support, because otherwise my competition will be preferred. So there's a lot of pressure, but it's positive pressure because it's helping us all grow and develop. And the scene here is really, really exciting. And you have all these talented minds around that you can really reach out to and have discussions with and meet up with. So who hasn't visited Tallinn definitely should come here.
Wow, love it. Margot, where can people find out more about you and Uku?
Well, you can definitely find me in LinkedIn. I'm there. You can follow me. You can reach out to me. I'm happy to chat and have a talk. And about Uku, you can Google getuku.com and you can find out everything about us. Or you can Google also top 10 accounting practice management softwares, and you will also find us. But yeah,
Thank you so much. That was Margot Rudy. I am Charles, your host, and we are out.